age, Robby. Jeff will probably confirm that for us both. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was playing flamenco guitar and I was playing acoustic stuff, and I I love Bob Dylan, so I got one of those harmonica holders, like he had, and I used to play up in the little clubs up at college at UCSB, and to me rock was it just wasn't the cool thing. Uh, and then one of my buddies up at school, his name was Randy, I think. He played me the Stones' first album that had just come out. I said, "Wow, that is cool." They're actually doing blues like Little Red Rooster and stuff, and but it's electric and it sounds great. Even though I thought it was kind of funny that these English guys with their English accents were trying to sound black, like American black musicians. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then one night I went to what I thought was a blues festival, but so it was Big Mama Thornton. I don't know if you know who she was. She did Hound Dog before Elvis. And it was the Chambers Brothers, who were actually blues band at that time. They hadn't done rock and roll yet, and Chuck Berry. So I said, "Wow, Chuck Berry's going to do blues. This could be cool, because I like Chuck Berry, but I wasn't. At that point, he had kind of gotten pissed off at the world because he got busted for being black, basically. And he usually just got a pickup band wherever he went and just went through the numbers, and then he got his money and left. But this night, I think because it was a blues festival, he was just on, man. He had his real band that played on the records. Johnny Johnson, the keyboard player. He had this great bass player. Can't remember who he was. And anyway, just blew me away. The next day, I went and got an electric guitar, which I'd never done before, and that turned out to be the guitar that I played on the first and second albums. It's SG. It was the cheap SG with the black pickups, but I didn't know the difference. Sounded pretty good on those records. And then, unfortunately, that guitar got stolen, and so I just bought another one, with the better pickups, I thought. So anyway, in doing this book with my buddy Jeff Alulis, I told you he was a good investigator. He ran across these guys. We call them the Doors nerds, and they know everything about the Doors. And they happened to run across the manifest that we used to get into England the first time we went there, and it had the serial number from that guitar on it. So we're gonna see if we can find that guitar again.
Someone should put that in the chat tonight, just in case. We can spread the word a little bit more.
What's that?
Someone should put that in the chat tonight, and we can spread the word.
Yeah, I don't have the damn number, but can we put it in later?
Yeah, certainly we can.
Serial number. It's I've got to get the exact number, but who knows? I mean, somebody's got it. I'm sure they just didn't throw it away. They might not know whose guitar it was or anything like that, because if they did, it would have come up on YouTube or something, Craigslist by now.
Is that the guitar you used for your audition for the Doors?
Sure was, yeah.
With a bottleneck, a homemade bottleneck.
And when I wrote "Light My Fire" on that guitar.
That's not a very expensive guitar today.
Yeah.
Tell me about those homemade bottlenecks. So today, if someone wants to play the bottleneck guitar, you can buy something, right? In those days, not so much.
Yeah, back then, if you wanted a bottleneck, you had to make one, basically, And the way you did that is you just get a bottle and break it and until you just had the neck. And you know, they usually came out kind of jagged. But in some of those early clubs we used to play, I thought that might be a good idea to have a little bit of a weapon there, you know. But then they started making the steel ones, which are actually very good, like this one here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I should have kept some of those old ones because they were pretty cool. The time I met Jim, John brought him over to my house just to meet, and I played a little bit of slide guitar for them. And Jim kind of freaked out. I could tell he really liked it, you know. So when the next week I went over to audition with the guys, and the first song we did was Moonlight Drive, and you know, they made a demo of some of these songs probably 6 months before I was in the band, and it was just kind of a bluesy thing. It didn't have any slide guitar for sure, so I used the slide on that audition for Moonlight Drive, and had this crazy notes that I played, and they loved it. After that song, it was like, that's it, you're in, we're a band. And I think that my slide really did the trick.
But also, you've done something great to your hair, haven't you? You can't rule that.
Yeah, about a week before that, and I didn't even know I was going to audition. My buddy and I, Billy Wolf, we both had frizzy, like Jewish hair, you know. And so he said, hey, let's try one of those hair straightener kits, you know. So I think it was called Afro Sheen or something like that. And we did it, and wow, it just really worked great for my hair. Not so much for Billy's, but anyway, I kind of, after I did it, I kind of looked like Brian Jones, you know, from the Stones. I mean, not only did it make it straight, but it was kind of made it blonde, kind of more blonde. And I don't know why I didn't continue using that. Probably if I had, my hair would have been gone by now. But I think that's another reason why they like me. And then about a month later, when the frizziness came back, Jim goes, "What happened to your hair, man? What the hell?" And
Too late.
I forget what I told him. It was some kind of lie. But by that time, it was too late because I already had written "Light My Fire."
Exactly.
And, they needed me.
They very much did.
No, it's about your hair. It really looks fantastic. Tell me, what is your prescription?
There's no prescription. I use Ultra Sheen Permanent Cream Relaxer.
Oh, Ultra Sheen really works, huh?
Yeah. Huh? It goes on cool and relaxes my hair, keeps it soft and manageable. Oh. Yeah, it works.
So I noticed.
So I noticed.